on a peaceful fishing trip following the winding river deep into the wilderness. A group of friends were being guided by an experienced indigenous guide. The day had started like any other fishing trips, but then something changed. The guide paused suddenly. He lifted his head, sniffed the air, and narrowed his eyes toward the dense green wall of the forest. "Wild boars," he said quietly, while the others looked around, confused. None of them heard or smelled anything, but he was certain. Years of experience had taught him to trust his senses. Without hesitation, he grabbed his shotgun, nodded to one of the crew members, and the two of them slipped into the bush like shadows. The others waited by the river, unsure how long they'd be gone. The forest around was still, as if it too was holding its breath. Then a gunshot rang out in the distance. Moments later, another. Curiosity and concern got the better of the ones waiting in the boat. They decided to follow the direction of the sound, moving carefully through the undergrowth, calling out softly as they went. Suddenly they heard a voice echo through the trees.
Yo!
It was the guide, calm but firm, calling them. They finally found their friend, standing proudly, lifting the wild boar he had just brought down, shotgun slung over his shoulder and triumph in his eyes. The hunt had been a success for him. As they gathered around the downed boar, the guide looked up and said, "There is another one."
Ay, me como.
The second boar had been hit, but it didn't go down. Instead, it crashed deeper into the jungle, wounded and running on pure instinct. Without wasting time, the guide and the same crew member set off again, following the trail of broken branches and drops of blood through the dense forest. After some time, they finally found the second boar. It had fallen deep in the jungle.
Ay, suido man ya. Yama, yama. Ay, yang di sana mga view. Mo isa ni, mo isa ni.
Dago fácil tá. Ei, a fácil. Me tá com
Agong FIFA si.
Ai, tô kanu mapura ito.
With both wild boars down, the guide and crew wasted no time. They began the grueling task of carrying the heavy animals through the thick forest. The jungle didn't make it easy. The uneven ground made every step a challenge, but they pressed on. Finally, they reached the bank, exhausted but grinning. After catching their breath and loading the wild boars onto the boat, they pushed off once more down the river. Eventually, they found the perfect place. A small clearing along the riverbank where the trees opened up just enough. They tied off the boat and stepped ashore, ready to clean the wild boars under the shade of the jungle canopy.
Borong minum me begire.
What began as a simple day of fishing had turned into a rugged hunting expedition. Unexpected, raw, and unforgettable.